Do you boys think like Cargo and Torment? This Zen. You guys probably wouldn't have played him or much, or maybe in ranked when you're boot camping over in EU. But do you guys sort of? I don't know. It feels like there's so much hype around him that I was almost like he can't be this good, but then he just keeps sort of doing his thing. Like, do you think Zen's actually going to come in and take over from an NA perspective?
I mean, I've played him. I remember he would queue like randomly late night. It was weird. It probably would have been like in the morning for him. Maybe he got up before school and was playing. I remember playing him on NA servers. I think I had him on my team, and this guy was just scoring like every double tap, like every solo play, just like super efficient. And I think that's just what like the game is now. Like the most efficient player is just find success, and he's definitely one of the most efficient players I've ever seen. Like it's not just pure mechanics too. He's just like a very smart player. You can tell he knows what he's doing with the ball. And I mean the fact that he's already that good at ones. His kickoff was like pretty rough for like one standard. Like he was gonna own that kickoff, but he still could easily, or not easily, but could still win that series is absurd.
Have either of you switched over your air rolls to be the triggers?
No.
No.
Are you thinking about it?
I probably not. I don't really think. I think like that. The Twitter threads that were going around were kind of just a little bit of like over hype or overkill, saying like, "Oh my God, Zen's controls this, this, and this, and allows them to do this, this, and this differently." And I think it's cool. It's like different aspects, but it's nothing where it's like, holy shit, it's gonna change the meta of the game. Like, I don't think people have to really change. Like, it's not just because he has those controls that he's able to be so good. Anyone could be good with any controls. He's just different.
Well, Chrome, you were sort of saying, you were talking about it. You're a little bit of a fan of the air roll on the trigger because it lets you, what do you say, like it lets you double jump whilst air rolling, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you don't hold down input, apparently, it doesn't really recognize it as an air roll, so you can double jump without like flipping. I thought that was actually pretty cool. And you can choose the speed of your air roll, which you can't really do with a normal air roll.
Well,
you can't do it with normal directional, but you can do it with just like base air roll. You can like fast aerial and double jump and control the speed and stuff because it uses your joystick. So as long as you don't push your joystick like too far, you can do this. I think you can do all the same thing. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but that's always what I've done.
That sounds right. But then you just lose the advantage of having like a pure directional.
Yeah. Like having it be directional is definitely a bit of an advantage if you can master it. I agree with that. I don't think it's not what makes him so good.
It's not like crazy.
It's a very minor thing, yeah.
Yeah, it might help his consistency stuff, but I mean with Zen, right? The thing with me is like you always see these. Well, I don't say you always see these kind of players, but you call them like scrim anctors, like these kids that are coming up, absolutely peaking. I know Torment, Chicago, you know about this. You're playing ranked and you're playing against the biggest peakers you've ever seen. Even some bubble teams, you know what I mean? They peak in scrims or whatever. They get to tournament day, they can't show up. My biggest thing with Zen was like, how is he going to sort of repeat this on tournament day? Like, this guy's got no pressure. He's never played RLCS and stuff, but you're seeing him on Johnny's stream still being able to peak. He doesn't look like he turns into an Airbus. Like, surely this kid can't just be like nerves of steel. Surely we're going to see him, come into the RLCS, and even like Dan did sort of, in his first LAN, stuff like that, when he was, he had a bit of the whiffs for a few of the first series. Like, everyone's human. Surely this kid's human. Like, he's going to, go to his first LAN or first RLCS regional, and we'll see, not the Zen we're used to seeing. Or am I crazy?
Nah, I think he doesn't have I think it's going to be a little bit unfair to him because how much hype he has. People are going to think he's just should be dropping a whatever 1.5 rating every series and Vitality should be winning because people just think he's, what did they see in ones and twos and think that translates to threes when threes is way different. They just are going to expect him to win probably regionals lands within his first year of competitive, and it's just not like that. But I think he'll still be really good just because the way he plays is very controlled, and it's very he can play any speed, and it's more up to him on what tempo he wants to play. But he's definitely probably gonna have some nerves that he'll just get over with experience. But I think more than anything, he's just gonna it's gonna be unfair to him with the pressure that the Prodigy title he's come with. That people are just gonna expect so much out of him that's gonna be unrealistic.